Okay, I just got back from the junkyard picking up some parts today for my new Copart, latest Copart buy. It's a 2006 Lexus IS350, leather interior. This is the good side. Bought this car for $1,150 after fees and everything. Came out to actually they wanted to charge me $1,922 because I made the mistake of buying it through Auto Bidmaster. I signed up for an Auto Bidmaster account, not taking into consideration that they're the middleman, and you got to pay them fees too. I mean, yeah, they give you the ability to pay from Copart's lowest category, which I believe is A, and but anyway, after their fees, I got a bill from Copart, an initial bill. It would have been about $1,733 this car would have cost me. I actually contacted Auto Bidmaster, and to their credit, they actually cut the price by $200. So, let's see, 19. So I paid a little over $1,700, like $1,750. Now, one of the things to look for at Copart is cars like this one. Well, besides that, the fact that they have a V6 Toyota engine, which is pretty much the best engine V6 wise that money can buy. There is no better engine, period. Okay, this car was actually damaged in the driver's door. The fender was hardly damaged at all. It had a little bit of a crinkle down in this area. They sent it to the insurance company. Was initially going to fix it, and the reason I know that is because some of the parts are in the trunk. I know that the front wasn't damaged, and what happened was the insurance company sends it to the body shop. The body shop then pulls a bunch of parts off so they can charge the insurance company more labor. The insurance company then the auto body shop then kept the headlight, kept the front bumper cover, the grille, the fog lights, which really sucks because now I got to buy all that stuff. The fender is actually right here, so you know the headlight was good because there's nothing wrong with this portion of the fender. And again, the only damage done to it was a slight crinkle right there. And there, that fender was actually repairable. But I would rather replace than repair any day of the week. So one of the things that happened, the A-pillar got slightly damaged, which I will pull back out. And the wires in the door, a couple of them got damaged because this power window is non-functional. And yeah, the door, when it got pinched, it crimped it. This grommet right here easily pops off when you're using both hands. And so when you go to the junkyard, you don't want to cut the wires in order to get the door off. You want to pull this out and unplug it. That way you don't have to do no splicing and soldering and taping and all that good stuff. The car was sitting in Copart for some time because you can tell by the condition of the sticker. It's got all kinds of cracks from the sun. My best guess is it was sitting in Copart for at least a year based on the oil change sticker. It was changed, or almost a year. It was changed in January of 2019. So anyway, I just got back from from the junkyard, picked myself up a really good deal on a pretty nice secondhand door. And the door is virtually flawless. There's really nothing wrong with it. It's got a little bit of fine scratches on it, but there's no dents at all. The only dent is right here along the lower corner bead, which I will pop off, straighten out before I even pull the door off the bed of the truck. It extends from right here this way. But the car gave me some issues trying to start it, because I'm guessing because it sat for so long. But I eventually got it to start up after cranking it about 10 times. The battery was relatively new also, but because of the door condition, it wasn't shutting off the dome light, so the battery was dead. So I got it on charger right now, but the battery is only about a year old, so I'm figuring it's going to hold a charge. The interior is quite dusty, but the engine sounds real good. No oil contamination. I can't find the dipstick, so I'm assuming this is a sealed for life transmission, which pretty much sucks. Excuse the weeds. Basically, all I need to do to this car is paint the front bumper cover, paint the fender, and I will be doing a little. This door is actually not the one that I was showing you a minute ago on the truck bed. This is a different door. This door, I decided to go with it because it is the exact same color as the car. The other door was a blue, kind of like this fender. So it's going to save me the hassle of doing the door jamb. So I'll just do a blend, or maybe I'll just paint the whole door. I don't know. I do have to paint right here, fix this little ding. But this door also, I replaced it. As you can see from a minute ago, there's actually a crease that goes from right here all the way across here. This door is perfect. And this video, I started recording this video right after I got this car. And actually I got this car almost 3 years ago. So this is 3 years from the beginning of the video. And by the way, this is Rick Steele Customs. I didn't have that name back then. And I like to work on cars, as you can see. Sometimes I get behind in the jobs that I'm doing. Like these headlights, I paid $500 for these headlights. They're brand new, but you can see the clear coat is already coming off of them because it's just been sitting here. And then my 2015 Accord, I bought the new hood, the new front bumper cover. I haven't even got to it. It's been sitting out here raining on, and hood started to rust. So I got to get back on these. And I gotta stop buying projects until I get all these caught up on and get them all done. This is my Let's Go Brandon car. This I got running perfect now. I had to replace the engine because the engine was locked up. Blown head gasket, cylinders rusted to the cylinder wall. Piston cylinders, the piston rings. And I've got a video coming out on the install of the engine on this one. I still got my 2013 Camaro 2SS. I just got to put the bumper cover on, but I get swamped and I get distracted by new cars. Then I picked up this Honda Accord. My little shorty van. My Project A-Team van, I got to get back on that too. And then of course my Yukon Denali project. I'm just finishing this thing up. It was T-boned in the side. Check out my other videos. I'm going to be uploading them today, actually, the same time as I do this one. So you'll be able to see how much progression was done on this thing. It was T-boned or taken off road and they hit a rock, a boulder more than likely. Caved in the doors and the rocker panel. And then while I was sitting in Copart, it got hailed on. Only on this side. And the hood. Driver's side's perfect. And then I got the Porsche 2010 Carrera 997.2. I bought this car from Copart. It was hitting the quarter panel. I already fixed the quarter panel and then decided to do an upgrade to the turbo look. So I bought the turbo deck lid and the turbo portion here. This is where the third brake light was. Now the third brake light is in the wing. Then I got the 70 Chevelle SS396 factory original cranberry red and black. Original paint still on it. Rust free, 100% rust free. Then I got my 1955 Bel Air two-door sedan. My 08 GMC Duramax. Not from Copart. Chevelle, not from Copart. 55, not from Copart. 87 Corvette convertible. Actually runs and drives. I just haven't done anything with it. My 57 Chevy two-door hardtop that I'm converting into a convertible. 1969 Pontiac. This is a Le Mans, but I'm doing a clone conversion into a GTO because why not? This car actually came with these are factory bucket seats for this car with the center console, all factory, 100% rust free. California car. Coincidentally, this car last was registered in 1979. The reason I say coincidentally is because my 70 Chevelle SS396 Muncie 4-speed car right here, last time it was registered, yep, you guessed it, 1979. And last but not least, my 1975 Corvette Stingray convertible. Here's my Transformer front bumper cover. Going with Koi C5 wheels on this Corvette here. I already installed a new dashboard, new steering wheel, new body mounts. The seats were already new. And that's a genuine GM authorized reproduction front 1982 Corvette bumper cover, which I'm going to be putting on this car, modifying the fenders by removing this section here and replacing it with the right there, that on both sides. I got both from my 82 Corvette. And I'll probably be installing these. This is what I bought them for anyway. C5 Corvette seats, front and right. Anyway, guys, this was about the Lexus, which is a great car. Highly recommend Lexus. Anyway, guys, if you're interested in any of these project cars and you want to see how they get done, subscribe, hit the bell icon. Appreciate a thumbs up. And don't have a good day, have a great day. And I'll be seeing you.